I open a channel in this safe and protected space, and I call forth all well-intentioned energies and entities that wish to bring forth messages for the collective's highest good, harm unto none, for the collective's happiest, best possible timeline. Please remove my influence from these collective readings, and allow me to see, hear, taste, touch, sense, smell, feel, know, understand anything that the collective needs to know. That almost looked like an eye or a headlight, like it came into focus. So I would say keep your eyes open, observe, take in everything that you can see, and if you are driving, buckle up and be safe, look both ways. Come to complete stops. I'm seeing eyes again, but I'm seeing like the side profile of a person, and specifically this section here, but like from the side view. So more emphasis on vision and sight. And headlights, for example, are very important for seeing especially where you're going. So I think this is meaning watch where you're going. But also headlights are about illumination. So not just seeing, but illuminating, bringing light to something that you can see, or bringing light to something so it can be seen. I feel like I saw like a dip, and it did make me think about like when you're driving, you don't always see a ditch or a dip until you're right on it, because of that depth perception, that field of depth. I think that's the reason why you need to keep your eyes open, so you don't like hit a ditch. You don't like stumble into something that could potentially like stop you in your tracks. If this isn't about physical driving, then this could be a metaphor for your direction in life. Like, keep your eyes on your goals, on your direction, so you don't stumble into, so you don't go off course, essentially. I feel like I'm seeing landscapes. So I think while you are en route towards your destination, like, enjoy the scenery along the way. Like, stop and smell the roses on your journey. Like, enjoy the journey. In a previous collective that I just did, I did mention it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And it's on the journey that you essentially, like, find the people that are meant to be with you at the destination. This is very similar. Like, enjoy the journey. And when you enjoy the journey, the destination will be all the more sweeter. I think that's it. I also want to point out the movie I have playing in the background is Fountain of Youth, and that's exactly what the brother essentially says to try and convince the sister that it's the adventure. It's not the prize, it's the adventure. This is very much the same. Now, if you could provide 4 random songs to help the collective connect to this message and or to help this message locate the collective. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Eyes, headlights, illuminating, enjoy the journey, scenery, goals, etc., etc., etc. Okay, this song. The thrill. That makes sense. Presidente. All right. So you are on a journey, and you are essentially, you could be traveling in like literally, but essentially your life is a journey and you're getting to your destination, which are your goals and your purpose. But it's not just about the destination, it's also about the journey and the adventure itself. So while you are on this journey, keep your eyes on your purpose, keep your eyes on your goals, but stop to smell the roses every once in a while and enjoy the journey, enjoy the adventure while you are maneuvering through life, while you are pursuing your goals, pursuing your dreams, going after your passions, going after your purpose. And if you are driving, please buckle up, please look both ways, please be safe. Safety is paramount. So keep your eyes peeled and take everything in. Because this journey of life and this journey of this adventure, again, it's not just about the destination. So look around, take in everything. Look at the scenery. Stop to see the sights. Stop to enjoy different like rest stops along the way. Like if you're going on a road trip, are you just going to go from point A to point B, or are you going to stop at a particular exit and be like, you know what, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do something slightly off course to just enjoy this adventure and then get back on course. But while we are en route to our destination, let's enjoy the different situations and areas and people and places along the way. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reversal with the High Priestess in the upright. Work does need to be put in to get to where you're going. That is true. You know that. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to go. But you also understand that you can pause. You can take a break. It doesn't need to be all work and no play. You can play. You're meant to play a little bit. You're meant to enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. That doesn't mean stop putting in work. That just means take a break. Enjoy, but continue along. You might have a tendency to take too long of a break. You also might have a tendency to say, I can put that off and do that another day. You could. But every time you put something off, it kind of delays. It delays like your progress. And yes, I went a whole little tirade about it's not the destination, it's the journey. But again, like, don't get too lost in the fun along the way. Like, don't get too lost in having fun that you kind of forget to do the work that you need to do. And again, you know this. You know that there's a balance of work and play that needs to be done. Ooh, that fell over too. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I might. I'm going to put this over here. But we have Judgment, and we have the Three of Swords in the reversal. I think you're currently on this journey, or you've kind of learned to enjoy the journey, or you're being guided to enjoy the journey, because you are healing from something that essentially God, Spirit, Universe, Source, Ancestors, gods, goddesses, whatever the powers that be, they probably decided that whatever space or place you were in prior to this journey, or whatever space or place you were in, or people that you were connected to, that essentially pivoted you. And it's interesting that I said pivot, because the cards that just kind of like fell out that I hit, the last card is pivotal moment. So I feel like something got you onto this path, this journey, and it was a broken heart. It was something that really affected you. But I feel like this journey that you're currently on, not only is it a healing journey, but I feel like it is actually your proper journey, your rightful journey. I feel like this is where you're meant to be, what you're meant to be doing, where you're meant to be going. And it's like this situation was the turning point, the pivotal moment of how you got here. And this and what you're looking for, and not just what you're looking for, but the people who are meant to be on this journey with you are meant to be reciprocal. They are meant to be energies that care for you, that look out for you, that have your back. And if this isn't about connection to another person, then on this journey you are learning that connection doesn't just have to be between you and another person. Connection and reciprocity can be you to yourself, or it can be Source, Spirit, Ancestors, gods, goddesses, universe. It can be all those energies and entities and you. Because it takes two. It takes two to make a dream work. It takes a team to make a dream work. But at the same time, that reciprocity needs to be evenly flowing. Now, the cards that fell over that I decided I am going to keep, we have Deadweight Shackles in the reversal. And this is essentially, again, you're letting go of the dead weight. You're letting go of the pain. You're letting go of the disappointment. You're letting go of people, places, and things that aren't reciprocal, because you know what reciprocity should be like. And you know that what you had in the past, the thing that you're actually moving away from, it wasn't reciprocal. It was weighing you down. Marked by the gods. Goes with Judgment. You are literally being guided. You're being guided. Things are working in the background. Energies and entities and ancestors and all the powers that be are literally pulling strings and doling out karma and dharma. And you were on the receiving end of some crappy crap. Why do I say that? Because we have caltrops, which is literally little traps. Little traps that cause little damage, but little damage stacks up and eventually becomes big damage over time. So this gives me the sense that maybe you were up against, or you were connected to, a lot of people, places, or things that really undercut you a lot. They took a toll on your mind, your heart, on how you see things, on the life that you might have seen for yourself, and you probably couldn't see much for yourself. There's sirens in the background, sirens going on in the street. So I feel like, especially with the sirens, as I'm holding the Three of Swords in the traps, People and places might have hurt you, but you're healing. And that's the biggest thing, because pivotal moment in the reversal. These people, places, and spaces, they could have really, it could have been a turning point for them too. Like, whatever situation you were guided away from, whatever journey that you are literally being placed on, it is because of these pivotal moments that did not work out in your favor. Pivotal moments where someone revealed their true colors, where spaces revealed that they were not benefiting you in any way and that they were only hurting you and taking from you. They were not reciprocating anything. And the bottom of this deck, we have superstition. And this goes along with the High Priestess. There are grains of truth in every myth, folktale, fable, and fairy tale. There are so many things within this world that we have stories about, and these stories reach back thousands of years. There are reasons why certain cycles, certain habits, certain things are predictable. There's a reason, because it's something that has happened time and time and time again. And if you're not being given direct guidance from some type of energy behind the scenes, then you yourself in your soul, you already know these stories, these cycles, these myths and legends and fairy tales and folk tales and fables that hold grains of truth. And the question is, what do you truly believe? What do you truly believe about life and where you are going on this journey? I feel like with this superstition card, I feel like you also have this, knowing, again with this High Priestess, like you know that there are certain things that we can't truly explain fully. And I feel like you understand that in order to understand things, you have to actually go on the journey to gain that wisdom, that experience that will give you more knowledge about those age-old stories. I feel like this journey that you're on, it's more than the standard work that you put into in this 3D world with these physical items purchased with money. I feel like the journey and the work you're putting in goes along with a higher path. Because we have marked by the gods out here along with superstition and along with this High Priestess. This is very much like chosen. And I am not one of those readers that talk about being chosen. I am one of those readers that just talk about basic standard human evolution and spiritual journeys of enlightenment. I would like to believe in being marked and being chosen, but I am still a skeptic, and I am still one of those readers that I would rather watch the pattern, observe the pattern, and see it unfold rather than make assumptions of what is. But the fact that we have marked by the gods, High Priestess, and superstition all in one reading, this is very much giving me chosen. Chosen for a higher calling. And you know this on a soul level, that this is where you're going, this is what you're doing. And that pivotal moment I feel like this was your catalyst moment. This was the wake-up moment. And it's funny because underneath superstition is beloved tale in the reversal. I was just talking about tales, fables, folk tales, all the lessons, all of our knowledge of everything passed through time. But with this card in the reversal, I feel like, again, work still needs to be done in order to achieve the knowledge that you want to achieve, or the knowledge that you're being guided to achieve. Now, I don't normally do 3 decks for one reading, but what's interesting is I haven't used this deck in a while, and this is literally the starseed, like, galactic deck. And the fact that Marked by the Gods, Superstition, and High Priestess came out, and it gives me the feeling of literally being chosen. Certain decks call to me for certain reasons, and I believe this was the reason why this deck decided to call to me. Okay, that fell on the floor. So we have Shambhala Initiations in the reversal. This card says retreating to recharge, trusting the process, and Dharma. But it's in the reversal. I know that there are some oracle cards that don't have a reversal interpretation, but I do reverse interpretations for all of my cards. I just like it. So with Shambhala Initiations, and another thing, I want to look up Shambhala because if I'm not mistaken, this card, let me see. Shambhala. Did I even do a... Oh, perfect. This card is perfect. This card says, in the context of Tibetan Buddhism and related spiritual traditions, Shambhala refers to a mythical kingdom or realm believed to be a place of peace, enlightenment, and the birthplace of the future Buddha, Kalki. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's often described as a utopian society where all residents have achieved enlightenment. It's in the reversal. I believe the reason why it's in the reversal is because this is where you're going. You're not yet there yet, but this is where you're going. You are on this journey. You are marked by the gods. You are chosen by the universe, by source, spirit, ancestors. You're chosen because you have certain abilities. You have a certain purpose. You're being guided on this particular journey to reach this destination, this utopian kingdom, where not just yourself, but other people who have been chosen, who have been enlightened, who have chosen to take the path, who have chosen to answer the calling, they will all be. And again, the Two of Cups. I did say, like, you're also on this journey to find reciprocity. And that's exactly what this enlightened utopia is. People who understand true enlightenment, understand true reciprocity. People who are like you. Heart of Source. All-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. You are literally being guided by Source to become like Source. True enlightenment is the, it is unconditional love. It is all-encompassing love. It is being one with Source entirely, completely. We have Seraphim's Gateway in the reversal. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. I feel like you do have the divine support, which is the reason why Judgment and Marked by the Gods are out here. But I feel like this card is more about using your actual voice. And again, voice activation, angelic attunement. You probably need a little bit more alignment. Again, you're on this journey. You're not at the destination yet, which is Shambhala. And I feel like in order to reach that destination, like, work on your voice, work on your alignment, speak up for yourself, speak up for others, and like, utilize your gifts. Explore your gifts. Be curious about your abilities. Be curious about your own healing. Ooh. Last card out is Divine Matrix in the reversal. Interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. But in the reversal. Now, this gives me the feeling that, like, maybe the one thing that's kind of hard to reconcile, and then we have Sword of Light on the bottom of the deck, which is divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. I think maybe it's a little difficult to reconcile or to mentally wrap your head around the fact that everything is connected. Literally everything. Like, a lot of our pop culture references refer to our current reality as the Matrix. So the fact that this card comes out, the Divine Matrix, it is very synchronistic, especially since the word on here is synchronicity too. Because yes, we are inside a matrix, but the matrix itself is also connected to everything else. Like this matrix in itself is a design, and it is part of the bigger matrix in itself. It's like the Russian dolls. I forgot what they're called, but how there's a doll within a doll within a doll within a doll. It's very much like that. We are in one matrix, one particular reality, but this reality is within another reality, and it's within another one, and within another one, and within another one, and it's all kind of encapsulated together. And I feel like you might be struggling with that like mental math of putting those pieces together. And I feel like you don't have to struggle so hard to understand it. I feel like with the Sword of Light, which sword, it's like it reminds me of the tarot, Ace of Swords, which is clarity, focus, like clear mind, new beginnings, but like a direct direct, like, guidance, direct. So I feel like things will come to you. You'll start putting the pieces together. You'll start putting the synchronicities together. If you don't work so hard trying to solve it, but if you allow the synchronicities to essentially just come to you, and you allow it to, if you allow the synchronicities and the messages and the interconnectedness of everything to just kind of settle within your being, I feel like your soul, your mind will automatically start putting certain pieces together if you just kind of let it flow a little bit. And also with cords cut and breakthrough energy, I feel like you might still need to put a little bit of work in energetically separating yourself from certain past energies, especially with this Seven of Pentacles here. It's like, yes, the balance between work and play, but also maybe some work still needs to be done in actually disconnecting yourself, disconnecting your actual energy. You might have pulled away and separated yourself physically, but when it comes to mentally or soul-wise, maybe you still have just a little bit more to do. Just a little bit more that kind of weighs on you. And maybe that weight like makes it difficult to truly let things flow. I mean, it's interesting that I also say weighs on you, because we have the dead weight shackles in the reversal. So very much like you haven't dropped all the weight yet. You're in the process of dropping all the weight, and you probably still have just a little bit more to go. Just a little bit more to go. Whew. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if you would like a private one-on-one with me, you can go to my Linktree, Tempest Trade, or DM me on any of my social media. Until next time, bye.